Welcome to Kranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Kranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Kranky Live for hopefully another successful day for the Arsenal family. This is the live watch-along of the Community Shield. Normally the sort of opener for the season, not the opening game for the official season, but this game is normally played between the winners of the FA Cup and the winners of the Premier League. We normally win the FA Cup, we don't normally win the league. We hadn't won in 22 years before, apart from our last title. And so now we are champions. So we're going in playing as champions and playing against Manchester City, who have no more Pep Guardiola, but they won before Pep. They won, Pellegrini won his first time around. Mancini won when he was there. So it was not about Pep. It was about the organization, the 113 charges that they have, which we can't hear anything about. It's been going on for over 2 years. Because as we're seeing with Aston Villa, as we're seeing with Newcastle, because you have money doesn't mean you can go and just get a top 6 position and dominate the Premier League. You have to find ways to utilize the money you have. And Man City has been accused of what we call self-sponsorship, which is supposed to be illegal. But anyway, we won't get into that today. We're here to preview the show and then we'll start. The game starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. UK time. It's been played in Wales. Normally this game is played at Wembley. It's been played in Wales. And it should be a good game. We're looking forward to the game. If you think about Man City and Arsenal, it's the big thing now, which is very much focus of everyone, for all the teams actually across football universe, no matter what country you're in, is about the transfer market and what players you're bringing in. So I'll go over the lineup for today's game and where you can sort of watch the game. But I'll just touch upon the transfer market. Arsenal has not done a lot of transfer business. We brought in Mignolet, who was a keeper at Leeds and very inconsistent. We brought in Solis, who is a left winger. And I can't remember us bringing anybody else, actually. I'm just trying to think about who we brought in. And bought Guimaraes. Oh, how can I forget Guimaraes? That's the one big purchase, 75 million from Newcastle, who was the captain, 29 in November. A little bit old for 75 million. So those are sort of the major purchases, or Mignolet came in a free. For Man City, they're an interesting spot. They lost Bernardo Silva. They lost Reinders. They brought in Manga, who is a kid who Arsenal was trying to pursue. They brought in Anderson for 116 million, so a lot of money. They lost Silva, as I mentioned. They may lose Rodri, and that's the big discussion. Will Rodri go and will they buy Boadi? And will they think about Fernandes from Chelsea? So there's a lot going on there for Man City. They're still a very potent squad. Grealish is now back as he's on the bench today. So let me go to the starting lineup, and then we can talk more about today's game before it actually commences. Let me put the lineup on. Hopefully I have the lineup right. So these are the starting lineups. Now, surprisingly enough, actually, Raya is starting for Arsenal. I find that really interesting. But then again, Raya didn't really play in the World Cup, did he? He was a spectator. He's supposed to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best. And he could barely get a look in for Spain. The coach has his preference. That's why sometimes you have to not totally, because they won, so the decision is justified, right? Whether Raya was better or not. But Raya starting in goal. Ben White is at right back. A lot of discussion about Ben White and Everton. Would he go to Everton? Would he stay at Arsenal? It's an interesting one also. Mascara, very young centre-half we brought from Spain last year. He's replacing Saliba, who's out for an indefinite period of time. We have no idea when Saliba is going to come back. And when you have back issues, and I've had back issues, I got to take like cortisone shots regularly. It's not a good thing. It flares up at any time, and when it does, you're just incapacitated. So, Calafiori, he's starting Calafiori because I guess he wants to play the inverted. But to me, Nkapé is a much better defender. Calafiori is all over the place. And as the season progresses, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't think he should play over Nkapé. I've only seen one player really had Nkapé in his pocket, and that was Diamande when they played in the World Cup against Ecuador. But apart from that, nobody's really given him a hard time, frankly. We have Odegaard, who I expected to start. He played well in the World Cup. He's back. He's playing well. We have Miles Lewis-Kelly, who has been interested with Miles Lewis-Kelly, whereby a lot of conversation more recently about him being offered to Man U and Chelsea and top 6 teams. What was interesting about that conversation was Arteta didn't deny it. So people didn't read into what he was saying. He's saying, well, it's good that you have speculation about the player. When there was discussion about Gyökeres previously, he said Gyökeres staying with us. He didn't say that about Miles Lewis-Kelly, which I find really interesting. And people didn't really read into that. But Guimaraes coming in put Miles Lewis-Kelly's position at risk because Rice plays the 8 or the 6. They probably put Rice in the 6 and put Guimaraes in the 8 and Odegaard in the 10. So we're going to play most of the season, I think, barring injuries. Madueke, who just came back from the World Cup, who played about 30 minutes the last game, is starting, which I find interesting. I thought he would start Max Dauman. And Dauman will be in the squad this year. And not because he's not good enough, but I think part of the reason also is that he's still 16. He hasn't signed a full contract yet. And if he doesn't, then he can go to any other team for some small amount. So they're going to play him. Just like how they did with Nwaneri when he was underage and thinking about Chelsea, and they signed him to a 5-year contract and then sent him out on loan. I think that Dauman supposedly has a high potential, but it's the same concept, which is I have to convince him that he has a place in the team. Otherwise, he may leave. And then we have Havertz, who is clearly preferred to Gyökeres. So all this thing that Arteta sometimes can be a little bit deceptive, to be honest. Because all this thing about Gyökeres being our man and blah, blah, he prefer Havertz to Gyökeres. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I don't think he raised Gyökeres. That's just my view. He plays him. He scored, 20 goals in all competition last year. And he played decent. But he's limited. His game is limited, and it shows. Very limited, frankly. So we'll see what happens, but his game is limited. And I don't think Arteta trusts him. To be honest, I don't think Arteta trusts him. So that's why he keeps on playing Havertz. And then Solis is new, came in, Club Brugge, had a lot of stats last year. Seems to be, I think his biggest attribute to me is his decision-making in the final third. So we'll see what happens there. But he seems like a good player. Doesn't seem to have that differentiating quality to beat players one-on-one. Well, but still early in his Arsenal journey, so we'll see what happens. For Man City, we expect Donnarumma in goal. Kusanov, who struggled when he first came in last year, is now tied in a position. Diaz and Guardiola. Guardiola was injured most of last year. Diaz was injured also. So City had a lot of injury. Marc just came back from World Cup, so maybe that's why he's not starting versus... It's going to be interesting how it works versus, say, Guardiola or Diaz will Mark Gay be the starting center half? Or will it be Guardiola and Diaz? That should be interesting. Do I have Diaz spelled wrong there? It should be D-I-A-Z. I have to look that up. And then we have Kovacic, Anderson, who is new to the team. So I'm surprised he's starting because he just came back from the World Cup. I must look at his team again. Did I have that right? That's interesting. Then Semenyo, who they bought last year, which I have spelled wrong. Got to change that. And then Foden, Doku, and Haaland. So that's the team. I got to look this team up again. I did look it up earlier where I put it out. I can't believe they're starting Anderson. That's an interesting one. Because he just came back from the World Cup with England. I don't think he's had much training. So the question, let me just check again to make sure I have my thing right. Yeah, Anderson's starting. Elliot Anderson is starting. So that's the starting team. I have it right. So they have a good team. And we'll see how Anderson fares because he's the Rodri replacement. Anthony, how you doing? Anthony. Vinci. I said Vinci. Vinci, hey, Kranky, I got to see Paul Davis at Arsenal. Got photos taken. Awesome. Hey, Vinci, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, Vinci. You all right? Are things good? Hopefully things are okay. I know you know how to spell trophy, Vinci. You ain't got to respell it. I know how the typing goes. But good to see you, Vinci. Hope things are well with you and the family, you and the wife and everyone. Hope things are good there. But yeah, and a good digging run into some of the old Arsenal personnel. But it should be a good game today. Let's see how we fare against, I say, the team who really spanked us in the Carabao Cup last year. Like really made us look like we can't play football. You wouldn't believe that we made the Champions League final. You know, we had the better draw, that side of the draw. It's really, really, really awful the way that game turned out. So hopefully it's a different situation. Yeah. No, World Cup didn't drain me. I didn't go to any games, and I probably should have, but I got annoyed with ticket prices and decided, you know what? Even though I could go, I decided not to partake. But no, the World Cup was a major success. Every World Cup is a success. People seem to got to realize that. Every World Cup is a success. I don't think there's any World Cup I can know of that didn't go down well. 86, 90, 94 was in the US, 98 in France, 2002 in Asia, 2006 was that Spain or Germany? Probably Germany. That's where what's his name got his red card. 2010 South Africa, 2014 Brazil got 7 from Germany. 2018 Russia, 22. Yeah, all the World Cups have gone down well. Qatar. There's not been a bad World Cup. Every World Cup is better than the next one. And even all the changes with hydration break and all that stuff, people complaining. Stop whining. Football got to get out of the archaic age. Football does things which are stupid. You get a red card in the first minute, you lost the rest of the game, kill the game. Why don't you just take that play out and then put somebody else after 10 minutes? That's stupidity. You got to play with 10 men first minute of the game. And it counts the same if you get in the 90th minute. It's archaic. Yeah, I did too, Vinci. I did watch a lot of games. I did do some watch-along for some games also. I think Spain showed everyone that football is not about the individual, it's about the collective. If you ever want to see something about a system being bigger than the individual, watch Spain versus France. And watch how Spain women's team play football, the men's team play football. Really interesting, actually. So Spain is like a Barcelona. A lot of Barcelona players. In fact, maybe half the team is Barcelona. Even though Barcelona didn't win the Champions League, but they won the La Liga. So yeah, it's interesting. But looking forward to today's game. See Rise in goal, Rise back. As you go to the game, I need to change out of my preview mode and go into what's gonna happen. So who you picking to win the game, people? Put your score in the chat. Put your score in the chat. I'm curious. Or are you prognosticating, predicting? Who you think will win today? Be interesting to see. 2-1 to who wins? Is that 2-1 to us or 2-1 to City? We struggle with City, you know. And if you look at the teams, they don't have any Rodri. They don't have any Bernardo Silva. So they may not keep the ball as well between Kovacic and Anderson and Foden. But on the wings, between Doku and Semenyo and Haaland up front, who always bullies Gabriel. Yes. Okay. I love that, Vinci. Yeah. But no, it's gonna be an interesting game. And we'll see how we cope with the City front line. And it's still early. Our preseason hasn't gone well. Right? City has had an interesting preseason. I think they've gone better than us. We got spanked in 2 of the games that we played, and we drew the last one against Como. Real Betis spanked us really badly, actually. That was a really bad game. And then who we played and lost 3-2, which could have gotten the last goal. So we have to do better. Interesting to see how Guimaraes played today. You need legs in the midfield. So it's good we have Rice to play beside Guimaraes, because Guimaraes doesn't have the legs. And it showed in Brazil, when he and Casemiro play for Brazil, they lack legs in the midfield. But what he has is that he plays forward. What he has is that he has goals. What he has is that he has penetrative passes. All the things that Rice doesn't do. To me, Rice is more of almost like a defender, a person who covers a lot of ground, but frankly, doesn't have the incisiveness, the cutting edge to split open the defense. So it'd be good to have somebody like Guimaraes, who draws a lot of fouls and plays forward. See how he copes today. That should be good. Looking forward to it. So we'll see. But the game we have 3 minutes before game time. And if you're in the US, you can watch the game on ESPN today. Regular ESPN, or you can watch on ESPN Deportes. If in the UK, it's on TNT 1. Let me see where else is my audience normally from. Let's see, in Canada, you can watch it on Sports World on Sportsnet Plus. Can't say I'm very familiar with those channels. And in the Caribbean, including Jamaica, you can watch it on Rush Sports or Blue, BLUU. That's the Caribbean or Jamaica, wherever you are. I know, don't tell me that Jamaica's in the Caribbean, because I know that. I know some of you are going to say, oh, what does that mean, Kranky? Well, Jamaica, I don't think they're in any Caribbean. I think they're separate and distinct, but that's another story. Yeah, yes, I see that actually. And you say you saw him, Vinci. Yeah, he's out there shaking hands actually. I'm surprised Madwick is starting today. Interesting. Yep, Paul Davis is out there. There's somebody else there I don't recognize. See, Arteta dressed down today. Well, he's always dressed down anyway. So the game will commence in a couple of minutes. That it will. And before it commences, we got to set up our score sheet. So we'll bring you live score and time and all that for this game. Should be a good game. Should I do that or should I do this? I think I'll do it this way. I'll keep it this way for now. So we are waiting to partake of the game between Arsenal and Man City coming this year. Now, some people believe this is a throwaway trophy. Don't think it's a real trophy. But when I hear Pep or I hear Arteta talk about this, and at one time Arteta used to use this as one of his main trophies because he only got a FA Cup in his first season with Emery's team. He would count the Community Shield. Some people don't count it. Pep counts it also, so I guess it does count as a trophy. And we saw the first trophy of the season. I think it was what? Villa losing to PSG, Europa League winners versus Champions League winner. So Yeah, Vinci. So, Vinci, why were you there? I see it, Vinci. Why were you there, Vinci? Just visiting? Were you just going to the store to buy stuff? At least Paul is still slim, very slim. Still like it looks like he still works out. Yep. No, I just saw it. Thanks for sending it to me. Um, but looking forward to this game. Not gonna say it's the first game of the season, but it's the opener for the season. In the opening, so the season it will commence shortly, which is the season start next week, Friday. Arsenal plays Coventry. Coventry, who won the championship, the EFL championship, coached by Frank Lampard, has two Jamaicans in that team actually, Clark and Lati. So they should be in the Premier League this year. I haven't seen any change on what change Coventry has made to their team, but I assume that they're in the squad. So that'd be good. So Jamaica would have about 4 players in the Premier League this year. They'll have Lati, Clark, they'll have, which is Mason Clark. I assume that our centre half is still at Brentford. I don't see anything to the contrary. And then we'll have Rico Henry. So that's 4. Oh, I forgot. There is a prodigal son, but we don't know where he is yet because he's supposed to go to Hull City and that hasn't worked out. Coach had something not too nice to say about him. So Jamaica may have 5 players in Premier League. Still can't make the World Cup with a team that has many second division players. Oh, Lord help us. Vinci said. Arsenal allowed disabled fans 400 to attend an exclusive viewing of a documentary and have photos. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Arsenal is a very charitable organization, very community based. By the way, people, if you're in the chat, please hit the like button. You have about 21 people and 10 likes. Come on, people. Don't miser up the likes. Please hit the like button. We appreciate you. All right? We appreciate you. Oh, okay, Vinci. Awesome. Again, the starting lineups are on the screen. Game will commence in a few. Should be a good game. Looking forward to it. I think for the Arsenal players, curious to see how Solis does now that he's playing in a unofficial/official game. And curious to see how Guimaraes does in his new team. But he's used to the Premier League, so that shouldn't be. The one interesting thing, what's the most interesting thing about the squad for Arsenal people? I want to see if you're very observant. What's the interesting thing about the squad for the Arsenal team? You have seen all the players. By the way, on the bench, let me read that on the bench. On the bench, we have Nkape, Saka, Eze, Kepa, Gokares, Merino, Zumende, Rice, and Dauman. And then for Man City, we have Mark Gay, Mamouche, Cherki, Gonzalez, Aitnori, Nunez, Rulli, Nico Lewis, and Grealish. So tell me for the Arsenal squad, what do you think is interesting in terms of the squad? At least I find interesting. I counted him. I had forgotten about him. We haven't heard much about him in preseason. That's how Villa play. And he wasn't at the World Cup. Ali Watkins didn't play. The goalkeeper didn't play. And Konza didn't play, but they have excuses. And I actually think this going to sound, I think he should retire from international football. It may be affecting his club career, so he should stick to club football. We appreciate his service. Played 40-something games for Jamaica. I appreciate his service. We can do better. I'm going to get beaten for that, but we can do better. Okay. Game is on. Game is off. Arsenal attacking. Calafiori out wide. Ball cross into the box. Find Madueke. Goes out to Ben White. Who almost turns it over. Lewis Kelly with a brilliant pass to Calafiori. Goal to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Early. Brilliant pass. Brilliant pass. 1-0 to the Arsenal. You know what? I think I'll do this actually. I'll do it this way. In the second minute of play, Arsenal 1, Man City 0. Ball tried to be played by Calafiori, came back out, cross over the top. Let's see if Madueke is onside. Ball headed down to Ben White. He tried to play it inside to Lewis Kelly. It was a bad pass. Kelly turned, and his pass was unbelievable. That's why this kid is going to threaten to play people. So I've said this, and people think I'm crazy. I think MLS, this is going to sound like heresy. Not because of this pass. I've said it to some friends of mine so they can justify I said it a week ago. I said MLS is Arsenal's best midfielder. Now, I know I'm going to get grief for that. And he probably shouldn't start this season, right? Because we have Guimaraes and Rice. He's Arsenal's best midfielder. I'm telling you, people, he's Arsenal's best midfielder. And the reason why I say that is, it's not a neat pass. It's a brilliant pass. Oh, great pass. Good. I said that for different reasons, but it's about the totality of the player and what he brings to the team. I'm telling you, people, he scored the last game. He had assist this game. He's unbelievable as a midfielder. That's why he's replacing Zubimendi. He's unbelievable. Now, they're going to start Rice, Guimaraes, and Odegaard. But Arteta going to find it hard. If that was Rice, you think he's playing that ball in like that? I don't think so. You know what he always does? He looks forward. He's going to get caught on the ball sometime because he likes to take risk. Because I think when he's on the academy, he probably play against inferior players, so he can take that risk and get away with it. He won't get away in the Premier League, but he's so I've said this, people, so they can't beat me. I think he's Arsenal's best midfielder. Unbelievable quality. I said it to two friends of mine, so I have it on WhatsApp that I texted them and said it. They were silent. They didn't respond to me. Probably thought I was drinking. But no, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Early. Very, very early. Very, very early. We're 4 minutes in. Man City coming forward. They start to dominate possession again, as they normally do against us. We're trying to press. I don't know if Lewis Kelly looks like he's playing the 6, the 8 actually. Look like he's playing the 8. Here comes City. Pressure by Arsenal, Foden, ball crossed by Anderson, out of bounds. Goal kick to the Arsenal. We're in the 4th minute of play. Arsenal versus Man City. Arsenal leading by 1-0. Goal scored by Calafiori. Very good goal by Calafiori. Of a brilliant, incisive, cutting-edge pass from the maestro, I'm going to call him. MLS, the maestro. Yep, Vinci, I would agree. Here comes Arsenal again. Bad pass there by Guimaraes. And he's bullying Doku. That physicality is coming out in the midfield. Guimaraes coming forward, plays it inside to Odegaard. Odegaard plays it outside to Madueke. His man one-on-one. He should go at him. Has him wide. Comes out inside to Odegaard. Who goes fine, trying to find Havertz. Ambitious pass. Can you imagine we get Timber and Saliba back? We'd be in good stead. Real good stead. Come on, people, hit the like button. 10 of you just hit the like button. Stop stingy with the like, people. Arsenal trying to press, and it's bothering City somewhat. Doku getting frustrated. He doesn't like being bullied. Arsenal trying to throw quickly, which is not something that we do really well. Poor throw by Ben White. Because you know we have the 5-second rule now in football. Here comes Odegaard. He has Solis wide. He plays it out to Calafiori. Calafiori should go to Solis. He does. Solis try to cross. Touched by Kusanov and controlled by Donnarumma. We are 5 minutes in. Arsenal leading by 1-0. It's going to be an interesting game because Doku is not getting a chance to do much. Arsenal playing him very physical. Nico Riley coming forward. Goes to Doku. Doku has 2 men on him. Off Ben White, out of bounds. 6 minutes in. And the score. Arsenal 1, City 0. Here comes Arsenal. They have numbers. He has Madueke wide. Odegaard trying to lead him in. He changed his mind. He goes wide to Madueke. Madueke trying to shoot. And he does what Madueke does. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Turns over to Foden. Put his own team under pressure. He had the ball in a dangerous position, put his team under pressure. I don't know what Arteta sees in Madueke. Seriously. I have no idea what he sees in him. The boy just makes mistake after mistake. Good run by Odegaard. Wins the ball back. Here comes Odegaard. He has options. He finds Calafiori. Putting pressure on the defense. Plays out to Solis. Solis has, Arsenal doesn't have numbers. It's 3 against 6. Solis trying to come inside. Not a good move by Solis. That's the one thing I don't see him having. Doesn't have that ability to dismiss people. So twice our wingers turned the ball over with little or no pressure. The game is wide open. So here comes City. Madueke just doesn't make good decisions, people. His decision making is awful on a regular basis. City slowing the game down. We're 7 minutes in, or 8 minutes. We're in the 8 minute of play. Score still tied at 0. City trying to play through Arsenal, but it seems like we're playing a lot of counter-attacking football in this game. So they normally do what they do. They keep possession. The team is all the way up the halfway line. So when you win it, you have to go at them. And that's what we need Madueke's speed, but his speed is, as I say in Jamaica, fast and foolish. That's what he is. If you just join us, we have a live watch along for the game between Arsenal and City. Arsenal up by 1 goal to 0. Madueke can't watch Madueke play football. People. That doesn't mean he doesn't have ability. He's like he's playing faster than his brain can operate. Seriously. City trying to change wings and do so nicely. Semenyo inside, ball cross in the box, headed up by Arsenal. Ball to Guardiola. He cuts inside. We're in the 10th minute of play, or 9:20. Ball over the top, trying to find, not sure he's trying to find, but out of bounds. Goal kick to the Arsenal. So even the goalkeeper now have to be conscious of time. So I think we're going to go long in this game quite a bit. Here comes City. Lewis Kelly's out of the play. City dominating possession, as they normally do. Here comes Doku. I played Daman instead of Madueke. I don't think there's any comparison between the two players. Foden out wide to Semenyo. Isolated on Calafiori 1-on-1. Place it down the line to Kovacic. Back to Semenyo. Inside to Kosanov. Going to come out to Diaz. It's going to go all the way back to Donnarumma. Was being pressed by Havertz. Has Havertz touched the ball yet? I don't think so. Ball over the top. And Arsenal will collect. Mascara goes wide to Gabriel, who goes inside to Gimares. Gimares coming forward, plays it to Odegaard. Odegaard has Madueke wide. He does playing wide. Madueke goes back to Ben White. Ben White inside to Gimares, looking to go to Solis. Decide not to go to Odegaard outside. Odegaard to Madueke. Madueke goes inside Odegaard. Ben White overlaps. Got to think about defensively what happens if you lose the ball. Ben White. Gabriel outside to Solis. So goes back to Gabriel. Gabriel going to go back to Mascara. Decide to go across, back to Gabriel. City now pressing. Ball inside, won by Aberts. Plays it to Lewis Kelly inside to Gimares. Gimares has a chance to go outside to Madueke, who's outside one-on-one against Nico Riley. She just take him on. Don't go down the line and go out of bounds. He does go down the line, crosses, out of bounds, corner to the Arsenal. Corner to the Arsenal. Arsenal inside. They try to should have crossed the ball. He didn't. Out of bounds, thrown to the Arsenal. The hell am I doing? So we are in the 13th minute of play. Arsenal leading by 1-0. Goal scored by Califury off a brilliant feed from Lewis Kelly. Corner by Odegaard for a post. Players taken out. Gabriel is asking the referee for penalty. Referee's pointing at something. I'm not sure what he's pointing at, but that looked like somebody took Gabriel out. Referee is pausing it. Looked like Kusanov took him out. And they're not going to give a penalty for that. I know Arteta is complaining, but he's not getting a penalty. No, he's going to play on. He's not getting a penalty. I think they were both holding at one point. Arsenal pressing. Donnarumma trying to go over the top to Nico Riley. Nico Riley is such a calm player. Doesn't get flustered under pressure. Donnarumma again over the top. That is a set play they have where they find the space in between Madueke, Gimares, and Ben White. Makes a well-orchestrated play. City trying to play through, Arsenal trying to pressure. City has done a good job of keeping the ball, almost turned it over. And they've gotten through the press, and Odegaard cannot catch up to Kovacic. And beat the press pretty convincingly. 15 minutes in, Arsenal 1, Man City 0. Here comes Kovacic outside to Kusanov, who finds Semenyo. Well, not done much in this game so far. In fact, City wingers have not been involved in the game as much as you'd expect, given how prolific they are. Oh, well, I shouldn't say prolific. Adoku is not really prolific. Semenyo is prolific. Ball over the top. Good play there by Gabriel to shield the ball out of bounds. Goal kick to the Arsenal. Referees watching to make sure that the kick is being taken in the required timeline. Arsenal trying to play out, does a good job of playing out, ball out to Kranky, over the top trying to find Havertz, but we don't do a good enough job. Like how City played through us, we can't do the same thing and just play through them. When they're under pressure, they're able to play through us and get the ball upfield. We don't do a good job of doing that. We're in the 17th minute of play. Arsenal still leading by 1-0. Here comes City. This is Doku. Foden coming forward. They have space and time. Ball cross into the box. Overhit. Doku will get up to catch up to it. Can't keep it in bounds. Out of bounds. Goal kick to Arsenal. We're in the 17th minute of play. Arsenal 1, Man City 0. Goal scored by Calafiori off a brilliant assist from Lewis Kelly. The game is showing. Where are you, Paul? If you can tell me where you are, I can tell you where to watch the game. Where are you located? Where are you located? Tell me where you are, and I can tell you where to watch the game. Arsenal in possession. Guimaraes goes to Gabriel, who goes inside to Guimaraes, who bad pass by Guimaraes, trying to find Solis. That pass was never on. It was an ambitious pass. And we can't afford to turn the ball over when we have problems keeping it. I don't know why Guimaraes is trying that pass. You just go back to his goalkeeper or go to Mascara and start the play over. Here comes City again. It's Anderson. To Diaz, or to Guardiola. And City always have options. And the midfielders do drop their shoulders sometimes to give them an ability to go forward. Mascara to Gabriel. Goes all the way back to Raya. Raya is going to go along. He goes out to Mascara. Brilliant to Guimaraes, to Ben White. Brilliant way of playing out. Arsenal, Odegaard, Guimaraes, Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly creating space for himself and then plays it out to Gabriel. Really good play by Arsenal to get out of trouble there. Lewis Kelly trying to find Ben White with a pass which was never on. Not a good pass. He had Odegaard to give the ball. Give it to your number 10, Lewis Kelly. Don't force it. Because Ben White's not going to do anything in the hole with that ball. Gotta know who you're passing the ball to. Here comes Foden. Has Semenyo out wide. He goes to him. Two Arsenal players, Calafiori and Solis, trying to cover. Ball play back to Kusanov, to Diaz. Back to Kusanov. Goes wide to Semenyo. Back to Kusanov. City just keeping possession, rotating the ball. Paul, you didn't come back to me, Paul. Where you located? Foden with a good shot. Good save by Raya. And not a brilliant save by Raya. Good shot by Foden. Raya with two very good saves. Mascara got pushed off the ball. That ball was nestled in the corner by Ryan. And Ben White got pushed off by Nico Riley. That probably should have been a foul. It was a really good shot by... if he had more pace, it would have nestled in the corner, actually. Hey, Vinci, let me know, Vinci. Let me know, Vinci. You know, so we love that. Let me know. Let me know who those people are. Let me know who the in-law is, Vinci. And is the in-law interested, Vinci? That's the question. Nico Riley on the sideline, trying to go by two players and doing a decent job. Mascara, good play out to Havertz, who goes back to White. It looked like he's going to go, and Havertz is taken out by Kovacic. Not sure what that was about. Haaland should have scored that goal that he got from Nico Riley, actually. You should have put that away. Florida, ESPN, Paul, ESPN. Regular ESPN too, not. You can do ESPN or ESPN Deportes, the Spanish language station or the regular one. Both showing the game. Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly's playing the 6. I thought he was in the 8, but he's in the 6. He keeps switching with Guimaraes, actually. Here comes Califiori to Solis. Back to Califiori, back to Solis. Brilliant pass into Guimaraes. Guimaraes trying to go along, trying to find Madueke. He does, and he has his man one-on-one. He should go at him. Ben White trying to overlap. Madueke comes inside. He still retains possession. And then almost turns it over again. Good flick by Madueke. Guimaraes trying to play it back. Controlled by Ben White. Ball back to Madueke. Inside to Lewis Kelly, who goes back outside to Ben White, trying to cross. Poor cross. Horrible cross by Guimaraes, sorry. Horrible cross. Madueke doesn't know what he's doing when he gets the ball. I'm telling you, he's confused. A while ago, he had his man one-on-one just to beat him down the wing and put in the box, and he's doing all sort of stuff. Guimaraes should have shot a while ago. The pass was never there. He should have shot to the goal. And Doku is beyond Ben White. And beat him again. Great tackle there by Gabriel. Ben White is a liability defensively, people. Can't mark nobody else inside Jamaica. He got beaten twice. You look up in the air and he run by. Look, they just beat him with nothing. Didn't do anything to beat him. In fact, instead of Ben White going in front of the player, he's standing on the side of him. What's Ben White doing? He's in no man's land. He tracked the player down and then he stood up and let the player go inside of him. That's why we're looking for a right back in Kanza or if Timber, because Timber is always injured. Corner by City, dangerous. Gathered by Raya. Ben White, so Arsenal has some problem. Ben White, Madueke. To me, those two players, not having them. Not having them. Foden got a yellow card for pulling down Solis, was trying to run by him. And then he's complaining to the referee. Somebody please explain that. Please. Yeah, but Kanza can play center half. That's why we're thinking about him. We need a right back, though. We need a right back. Because he can deputize at right back, that's why. We need a right back. Because Arteta likes his players to be able to play two positions. We are in the 24th minute of play in Arsenal 1, City. Arsenal leading City by 1-0. Mascara just won that battle with Haaland. Got pushed over. Guimaraes got to stop making passes which are not there. Don't turn the ball over. It's very important. He's coming forward. He's going wide out to Ben White. White goes back to... I'm sorry, that was Odegaard to White to Guimaraes, back to Mascara, goes across with to Gabriel. We got to get Solis in the game more. City now pressing. Mascara, find Odegaard. Odegaard with a heavy touch. Plays it out to Ben White. Ben White to Madueke, who passed it in the air and controlled by Odegaard. Odegaard does a good job of doing that. Comes deep and relieve the pressure on his team by finding spaces to then occupy the defense. Lewis Kelly out to Gabriel, who goes wide to Califiori, who comes inside. Doesn't have a pass. The press is bothering us. Lewis Kelly to Mascara to Odegaard. Odegaard should have played that ball one time to Ben White. Took too long. Here comes Madueke down the wing. He's going to get there first. Good tackle, good run there by Guardiola, coming all the way over. Throwing to the Arsenal. To Mascara. We go to Guimaraes. For the Odegaard, Odegaard has Ben White wide. Find Ben White over the top. Too long, out of bounds. Goal kick to Man City. If you just joined us, we're in the 26th minute of play. Arsenal versus Man City in the FA Community Shield. Arsenal leading by 1-0. Goal scored by Calafiori in the 2nd minute of play of a brilliant through pass from Lewis Kelly. We're pressing, but our press is all over the place. So wide open, Foden is. He has room, and Guimaraes trying to keep up. That's one thing. Guimaraes doesn't really have the legs like he used to. Doku against Ben White, and he just beats him like he's not there. Lewis Kelly with a good pass out to Havertz. Havertz finds Solis. Solis, good pass inside. Find Odegaard. He should go back to Solis. He didn't. Solis was wide open and in on goal, and Odegaard missed that pass. Madueke has his Rico already one-on-one. Hasn't beaten him all evening. He's going on the wing. He still hasn't beaten him. He goes all the way back to Ben White. Ben White goes inside to Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly looking for that incisive pass, goes out to Madueke. Was his man one-on-one, Doku. He stopped the play. Odegaard. Odegaard over the top, trying to find. Goal to Havertz. Brilliant cross by Odegaard to Solis. Headed inside to Havertz. Goal to the Arsenal. Oh, it's not 3. I apologize, people. Sorry, it's 2-0. Goal to the Arsenal. 27-minute ball to Odegaard over the top. Fine, so it's headed inside, and Havertz was there to head it in. Two nothing to the Arsenal. So ball to Odegaard. He went to Solis, who got behind Kusanov, who fell asleep. And Havertz was there to edit over Guardiola into the goal. Brilliant pass by Havertz. Really good head by Solis. Solis has a lot of assists for Club Brugge, a lot of assists. Really good setup, really nice goal. And Havertz does what Havertz does. That's why he's preferred to Gyökeres. He was not a prolific goal scorer, but he was a center forward for Germany in the World Cup. Really good cross by Odegaard. Good goal by Arsenal. So Arsenal 2, Man City 0. Sorry about that, people. I got excited. I pressed the button twice for the goal. Man City trying to come forward. Turns it over again to the Arsenal. Ball to Ben White. Ben White inside to Odegaard. Odegaard has Madueke outside. Madueke should be moving up the field. He's standing wide. He's just... Odegaard had the ball a while ago to either play him in or play it wide, and he just stood up. If he goes moving, the defense have to move. He not understand the game, people. He doesn't understand the game. Here comes Guimaraes outside to Ben White. Ben White goes to Madueke. Goes back to Ben White. They should switch to play. So this side is wide open. Lewis Kelly should go across field and find Mascaro. Should just go to Gabriel quickly. He go to Lewis Kelly inside. Lewis Kelly goes back to Gabriel. Gabriel to Mascaro. City trying to press, but Arsenal just does a good job playing around the press. Ball over the top. I'm not sure who Ben White is playing that ball to. The horrible pass by Ben White. And with his left foot too, where he doesn't have one. If you just join us, we're in the 29th minute of play. Arsenal leading Man City by 2-0. First goal scored by Calafiori off an assist from Lewis Kelly. Second goal scored by Havertz off an assist by Solis, the new signee. Off a pre-assist by Odegaard. Yeah, could have, but he's so close to goal, it's difficult, right? Now we're playing through them. And the coach is going to be under pressure already. Because, the last time we played them, they destroyed us. So, and there's no more Guardiola. Here comes Man City. And Arsenal are well organized. Well organized. And we have no Saka, we have no Rice, we have no Saliba. It's a good point. What I was saying earlier is that here comes, wow, that ball almost went through. Good attempt there by City to try to so Foden to play through the line. Followed by Solis against Anderson. Here comes City again. It's Foden. Foden has looked really good, actually. He's played really well. He's been a danger. Somebody got to mark him. Nobody's marking him. He should be Lewis Kelly or Guimaraes. He seemed to have a lot of room and a lot of space to maneuver. Semenyo inside, trying to cross, out of bounds, corner to Man City. If you just join us, we're in the 32nd minute of play. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal leading by 2-0, goal scored by Calafiori. And just not too long ago by Havertz. Corner be taken by Foden, who has been Man City's best player so far. Foul against an Arsenal player. I don't know when you have foul in those situations, they decide to call it back. They're not. So it's not really a foul then, because if it's a foul, you get a free kick. Football needs to change that rule. If you foul somebody before the ball is kicked, then you got to get the ball because it's a foul. Oh, okay. That's not good, Vinci, because a lot of people want tickets. Corner to Man City. Arsenal playing zone mainly. Ball headed out by Arsenal. It's again to Foden. He's looking to cross. Don't let him cross. Does cross, but it's out of bounds. Goal kick to Arsenal. It looks like Foden has much more of a senior role in this team this year. I think that ball was probably touched by Calafiori, I think he has much more of a role. You can see he's much more expressive, much more verbal than I've seen him in the past at Man City. First game of the season, but no more Pep there. Has been there for a while now, so. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. Good fight by Calafiori in the 34th minute of play. Arsenal still leading by 2-0. Donnarumma with a difficult pass. Trying to get by Calafiori. Raya with the ball, and Raya blasted upfield. Game's a little bit scanty at the moment. Team needs to settle down. City does such a good job of playing out, though. They always have an extra man. People are moving to get the ball. I don't think we move as well when we have the ball deep. Oh, that's a good fight there by. Referee called a foul, but I think it should be a foul against the offense. He fouled against Ben White, but I don't think Ben White fouled Doku. I think he got fouled. Doku fouled him. Yeah, Doku fouled him. He didn't foul Doku. That's a poor call by the referee. I don't know what he saw. That's an awful call. That was not a foul against Ben White. 35 minutes in, Arsenal 2, Man City 0. Here comes Doku. They're playing Doku in the middle now, and he has Haaland to go through there. Shot by Haaland. See, that's the thing. If City's smart, they play Doku through the middle also. They probably play a double pivot in the 10 position between Doku and Foden. Because when he gets the ball, defense is just back up. It's a good pass he made to Haaland. But Haaland has no right foot, so if it was on his left foot, it'd be a different story. He doesn't have a right foot. When Doku gets the ball in the middle, he can then penetrate. Not sure why they're not taking advantage of that. If you just join us, we are. It's a Watchalong. Arsenal versus City. Arsenal leading by 2-0. It's the Community Shield, which is the first trophy of the season for the English team. Well, I shouldn't say that because Villa did play. But in terms of England, 3 leagues and this competition. Here comes Arsenal. Ben White. Play the ball over, trying to find Madueke. Madueke is in. It's 2 against 2. Madueke has his man one-on-one. You see what he does? He goes inside and he passes it to the keeper. Boy, I come up here people for you. You don't know where I do. You know Arsenal pay 50 million for you. Jesus Lord. One-on-one. Probably was offside anyway. He was offside. I don't know why they didn't blow the offside. He's going to be offside when he's over his own half, and then he runs over, and he's offside, and then he does nothing with the ball. Why do we care? Waste of time, people. Waste of time. If you sell him go Saudi. We get some money for him. He's not the answer. Dorman is the answer. And if Arteta keeps playing him, it's a waste. Here comes Guimaraes. He has Madueke out wide. He goes inside to Odegaard. Odegaard trying to find Havertz. Havertz have it deep. He should find Solis. Solis out wide. Solis has been trying to play it inside to Calafiori. Not a good pass. Calafiori tumbles over. Referee's going to give him a yellow card for diving. Yep, he did. Calafiori saying no, it's not a dive. Referee says a dive. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he dived. He touched the ball. Kosanov faked the tackle and he took a dive from like Greg Goodenis. He dived. Don't complain, California. You dived. There was no need to dive either. You won the ball. I'm not having Madueke. I'm sorry. Not having Madueke. He don't know why Mado, as I say in Jamaica. Or in other words, he's clueless. Max Dowman is a much better player. And Madueke is an England international. I don't know what Tuchel was thinking. Arsenal pressing. And City did a brilliant job beating the press and coming forward. They have numbers. Here comes O'Reilly. In pressure by Madueke. Not much of a pressure though. Very light pressure. Now City has a lot of room. Arsenal backed off. So we're starting our defense just above the 18. And we're in the middle of our half. That's how we decided to play defense against them. Less room for Haaland to run in behind though. But you do invite pressure this way. Diaz to Kosanov. Gonna go outside to Semenyo. When I went against Calafiori. He hasn't beaten him all game. He goes back. Ball cross into the box. And Madueke fell asleep. A brilliant save by Raya. Madueke falling asleep offensively and falling asleep defensively. Why is he on the field, people? Please tell me why he's on the field. Here comes City again. Oh, Arsenal throwing their bodies in play. City getting chances after chances. But defensively, Ben White and Madueke on the right-hand side, that's not the combination. Ball was crossed over by Semenyo. Doku was there, and a great block by Ben White. That was a clear goal. Ben White was there to block it. Out of bounds corner. So City now put Arsenal under pressure. But the pressure is caused by defensive lapses. Madueke don't play offense or defense. Why is he on the field? Corner to City again. Flat. Headed out by Arsenal. Shot by Kubacek, but saved by Raya. We're in the 40th minute of play. Arsenal leading by 2-0. City just had a really good spell, offensive spell, and probably should have scored actually. Got 2 clear-cut chances. Didn't put either chance away. Either of those chances were not taken. We haven't created a lot of chances actually. But we're up 2-0. Raya going long. So we came play out. Great pass by Raya. We have Madueke now. Has it again, one-on-one. He goes inside and shoots to the keeper. Madueke. Let me be calm. Why is he out there? I don't understand Arteta. He just came back. He has done nothing to be starting over Dalman. Why is he out there? He's been beyond poor. His decision making is atrocious. I don't understand people. Yes, some City players are warming up. That's Grealish is warming up actually. Probably going to come in for Semenyo. Semenyo hasn't really played, hasn't beaten his man all game. But then he plays on the left. Maybe they put Doku inside and play a double pivot in the 10. Arsenal pressure wins it back. Lewis Kelly plays it wide to Ben White. Ben White goes back to Mascara. Arsenal just need to settle the game down. Try to get some possession. Ball inside to Odegaard, who plays it outside to Guimaraes, who with a brilliant pass, almost a brilliant pass to try to find Havertz. Here comes Madueke. He's trying to go down the wing. He goes back inside. Plays to Ben White. Ben White now has a chance to go far post. He does. Shot by Calafiori. He should have done better with that. Over the bar. Goal kick to City. Very good cross by Ben White. Good pass by Madueke to White. Gotta hit the target though on that ball a while ago. Madueke played it to Ben White in on goal. Nobody was in the box. No Havertz. No one's in the box. So this came a little bit later, and then California came late. Havertz need to find himself on the penalty spot area, somewhere around there. Madueke's best position on the field is right beside the manager. Sitting right beside the manager, that's the best position. In fact, he should not be making the squad because Martinelli's out today. Now, unless they plan to sell Martinelli. When Martinelli comes back, he doesn't have a place in the squad. Seriously, he doesn't. Because I don't see him taking Daman's spot. He's not good enough. See, they're trying to play out, and then Mascara is one-on-one with Doku. Doku trying to go at Mascara. Ben White is deep. Mascara, good play by Mascara, out of bounds. Corner to City. Good play by Mascara. If that was Ben White, he'd probably roast him. But Mascara did a good job of playing it out of bounds. And corner to Man City. You just joined us. We're in the 43rd minute of play. Arsenal, Man City. Arsenal leading by 2-0. Goals scored by Calafiori and by Havertz. A lot of jostling in the box. Ball controlled by Raya. A lot of pushing and shoving in the box. Raya, referee says a free kick. He has options. He has Mascara. He has Gabriel. A lot of Arsenal fans in the stands. Seems like it's mainly Arsenal. A lot of red. I don't think City sold out their allocation of tickets, actually. Arsenal in possession. Guimaraes goes all the way back to Ryan. Ryan looking to go long, looking to go to Solis, and he does. Or is it Havertz? Here comes City. Foul against, well, not a foul. That was a foul against Arsenal. Guimaraes to Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly, a good ball into to Odegaard, who tried to thread the needle. Thread the needle. Turns it over. Here comes Doku. Turns it over. Ball to Odegaard, to Lewis Kelly, back to Ben White. Has Madueke out wide. This way Madueke should be running against the defender. He can make a difference. He hasn't been a rally all game. Odegaard has options. Goes out wide to Havertz to Solis. Solis has 4 men in the middle. Go back to Havertz. Havertz cross. Ball pushed out. Shot. Wow. Save. Havertz again. To Guimaraes. Try to shoot. Headed out by City. Arsenal should have scored a while ago. They definitely should have scored. 45 minutes in. Still 2 left to the Arsenal. Should have been 3-0. Madueke to Lewis Kelly, goes inside to Guimaraes, back to Odegaard, who turns it over. Trying a one-time pass that was never there, and then Arsenal are caught up field. Let's see what happens. That's where Man City should be going long, and they're dilly-dallying on the ball. Arsenal had about 5 players in the same region. So it's halftime. Halftime game between Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal leading by 2-0. Two goals to nil to the Arsenal. So we're at halftime. Good first half for both teams, actually. I thought City had some chances late in the first half, or in the late pass of the first half. Arsenal obviously had chance at the end and scored the 2 goals. But it's good, given how bad our preseason has been, that we're playing well enough. I'm not going to say we're playing great, but we're playing well enough. We are playing well enough. And hopefully this will result in us putting them away second half and not giving up goals, as we normally do sometimes. As I normally do, I'm going to take my 1-minute break, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to mention about first half stats, what I expect for the second half, and hopefully we can put City away and start the season off in a very positive position. But give me my normal minute, people. And I'll come back, go through the stats, and we can talk about the first half. That was my little musical interlude. Thanks for staying with us. So I'm going to go to the stats for the first half. So we can make it a little bit bigger. As you can see, big chances created. Arsenal 2, City 1. I don't agree with those stats. I think City had maybe 2 or 3 big chances. Doku had a shot. There were 2 ricochets there that could have scored. So maybe thinking about the Doku one, but shot save off Foden and the corner that came over. So I would say 2 big chances for City, but Arsenal had a couple of big chances. In fact, the last one, they probably should have scored. So they had a couple of big chances. In terms of possession stats, you can see City has 58% possession. And I always ask myself the question, are those effective possessions? So 58% possession, Arsenal 42. But Arsenal has been comfortable in some of City's possession. So it's one thing to have possession, but am I uncomfortable with your possession? In terms of total shots, Arsenal has more than City, 6-5. 2 saves by the goalkeeper each. Corners, 4-2 to City. Fouls are pretty close, 5-4. And then you can see the number of passes, which translate into the percentage of possession. 269 for City, 194 for Arsenal. So, decent first half. Good game for this time of the year, actually. For this time of the year, it's a good game, good football. Teams are gearing up for the start of the season. I'm sure Arteta is pleased at halftime. If I was to assess both teams, I think City has done well. Not as dominant in the midfield in terms of being penetrative as you'd expect, especially trying to put Ireland in and goal, especially when Arsenal is pressing. They have opportunities when they break the press to be more decisive, more dangerous, but they haven't taken them. Foden has been their best player so far. Haaland has not been in the game as much as you'd like. Neither has Doku or Semenyo. Semenyo has been disappointing, actually. He hasn't taken on California once. At least Doku has gotten by Ben White and gotten by Madueke. He hasn't gotten by his man to create opportunities, mismatches for his team. So that's interesting. For Arsenal, the team has played well overall. Califury has played well. Solis has been dangerous. He has an assist. Odegaard has probably been the best player in terms of orchestrating. Lewis Kelly, Guimaraes. Lewis Kelly has played well. Guimaraes is normal game. The defense has been good. In terms of players who haven't had the best game, I think Ben White has had a mixed game. I think Madueke has had his normal game, which is not good. He's been Arsenal's worst player by a good distance. I think Mascara and Gabriel have held up well in the defense. And as I said before, Semenyo has been quiet. Not sure if it's Califury keeping him quiet or he keeping himself quiet. But he has been quiet. But that pass by Lewis Kelly, people, you have to see. I just watched the replay again. He's fighting off a player. He's fighting off Foden. People, go watch that play by Lewis Kelly. The kid is ridiculous. He's there grasping with Foden and sees the man at the corner of his eye and made the through pass. That's not normal. And for Arsenal, I want to sell this player is ludicrous. He's going to get a lot of game time this year. He's going to be pushing Guimaraes and Rice to play in that midfield. I'm telling you. So Rice will not be burned out this year because that kid is ridiculous. Seriously. Totally ridiculous. I don't think that pass is not normal. Because when you're fighting with somebody, you're just trying to get the ball. You're not trying to make that pass in such a dangerous position. You're just trying to win possession of the ball, then figure out what to do. He had 3 decisions to make, and he made all in the right way. Fought off his man, won the ball, and made the pass. All Califury has to do was put it in the goal. And then Odegaard has been really, really good. Really good cross to Solis, and a really good head by Solis to find Havertz. So good outcome so far. Good playing by Arsenal, and they're looking much better than we have in the preseason games that we have played. Granted, it's a little bit of a different team. Guimaraes didn't play much in preseason. Odegaard only played a couple 30 minutes game. Lewis Kelly played a lot. Ben White has played some. Let's see what Raya hasn't played, and Raya's made some very good saves, by the way. Really good saves. Trying to think about who else has played. Saka hasn't played good preseason. Rice hasn't played, so we'll see what they do when they come in. I'm sure they're going to get a run in today. What change would I make at halftime? I would take Madueke out the game. Probably the only change so far, because we'd love to change Ben White too, but we can't afford to. We don't have any other right back to put in the game. And I don't think there's any substitute right back on the bench apart from Ben White. If I look at the list of substitute, into the list, we have Kranky, but he's left back. We don't have any right back to put in the game. The only defender we have on the bench is Kranky. We have Saka, Eze, Kepa, Gokares, Merino, Zubamende, Rice, and Dauman. That's something. It's going to be interesting when Saliba comes back and Martinelli. Depends on what they do with him. I think you only allowed 9 players on the bench in the Premier League, right? You have more in Europe. 11, so you only allow 20 players. So there are going to be some hurt feelings on the bench. There's no Nwaneri. There is no Martinelli. Obviously, we know Jesus is going to be sold. And we know Vieira is going to be sold. And for City, I saw Grealish warming up. And Grealish City doesn't have Rodri, who had a small procedure, so. Vincent says, merchandise Arsenal season is so tempting, got loads of options. Not only that, they should be spending a lot, they should be making a lot of money this year. Given they won last year and had the biggest, was it the biggest parade in London since Churchill after World War II? Isn't that it? I read something about that the other day. So if that's the case, it shows you how big Arsenal is. So people talking about in London, who's the biggest team in London? That's a no-brainer. No-brainer. And if Man U doesn't mind themselves, they're going to be left behind because they've been regressing since Fergie left and it's going in one direction. And Arsenal were patient with Arteta. That's why this is people, which it's very hard to be patient in today's environment. There are 11 new managers in the Premier League this year. 11 new managers. 11 managers new to their team. So we have a couple of people like Areola, who was at Bournemouth, and what's his name at Crystal Palace. We'll take it at Nottingham Forest. Areola's at Liverpool. But 11 teams have new managers this year, which is crazy. Simply crazy. And Arteta has been there, 7 years, going on 8? So he's been lucky that he had a board and a management team that backed him and is paying dividends. Stability is important. Very important. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And like other people that come and watch the channel. And if you haven't shared it, please do so. But if you just join us, we're at halftime of the FA Community Shield game between the winners of last year's FA Cup and the Premier League, or Man City and Arsenal respectively. And Arsenal leading Man City by 2-0. Goals scored by Calafiori, who is playing the inverted left back, and Havertz off an assist from Solis. And the Calafiori assist was from Miles Lewis-Kelly. Really brilliant pass by Miles Lewis-Kelly. Kid got a ton of ability. I can't believe that there was any discussion about selling this kid. I don't know what weird people are drinking. He's better than Merino. He's better than Zubamende. As I said, I think he's Arsenal's best midfielder now. One could say, is that potentially Kranky or just at now? Just watch the kid play football and you'll see. Watch him play football. He's not a left back. Too slow to play left back. Way too slow. Not physical enough. Not quick enough. And he's got shown up this year. He was brilliant at left back year before last year. Got showed up last year and late the year before, and then showed up last year. But he's not a left back. When he's played in the midfield, he's a difference maker. The teams are coming back out. At least Man City's coming back out. Why does Nico Riley look taller, people, than he did last year? Seriously, he looks taller to me. And Grealish is coming on. It may be for Doku. I can't see, but I will see. So changes are being made. Let's see what the teams will look like when they come out. I don't see who's coming in for though. And look at Arsenal returning the same team. I can't believe Madueke is coming back out. Seriously. Looks like Declan Rice is coming out for Guimaraes. Yep, Rice is coming in. Grealish is coming in. I don't see Guimaraes, so I assume that Guimaraes is out. I see Grealish. I don't see who's coming in for yet. So Rice coming in. But who's Rice coming in for? Looks like it's Guimaraes because I don't see Guimaraes. Maybe they're trying to protect him. And then who is So I think that's what it is. I think it's Guimaraes and Rice. And look like it's Doku. Who is Grealish? Can't tell. Man City. And they're not telling me on the screen, so I can't tell. I'm surprised Rice is coming in, actually. The game has recommenced. So Rice for Guimaraes. And then what's the other change? I don't see what Grealish coming for. Can you put it up until I see it? You would think if they put on Rice, they put on Saka, but they're probably more cautious with Saka. So Grealish is in for Doku, it appears. Okay. I thought Doku had a good first half, but I guess the coach think otherwise. So Doku out, Grealish in. Arsenal in possession. Arsenal players down. Didn't get fouled though. Arsenal putting a lot of pressure. Ball play out to Lewis Kelly. He goes wide to Solis. Solis running at his man. Plays it inside. Oh, what a brilliant goal by Arsenal. Goal to the Arsenal. Goal. 3-0. Brilliant pass by Solis. Ball played up by Lewis Kelly to Solis. Plays it inside to Odegaard. Beat his man in the box. He's had a brilliant game, by the way. And just laid in. And Odegaard is not really a goal scorer, to be honest. Wow. Arsenal up 3-0. Ball played by Lewis Kelly out to Solis. He's onside. He dribbles at his man. He goes inside. Brilliant pass into Odegaard, who faked the keeper and put Donnarumma down, put it in the net. This is too easy, people. It's like taking candy from a baby. Taking candy from a baby. That was brilliant. It's a warning to the rest of the Premier League. I see Haaland shaking his head. Don't shake your head, Haaland. You've been put to the test. You've been taught a lesson. So we are 48 minutes in, and it's 3-0 to the Arsenal. Here comes Man City. It's Foden. Out to Riley. To Kovacic. City looking to shoot over the bar. I think Anderson has a lot to live up to, people. 117 million, it's a lot to live up to. I love Solis' decision making. Love his decision making. That's what I've noticed from preseason. When he gets the ball out wide, he looks dangerous in terms of pass. He doesn't go by his man really well. Something he has to work on. But in terms of feeding his teammates, love it. Mark Gay is warming up for, well, it's like he's dressing. Excuse me, he's dressing. He's dressing to come on. He's putting on his gears. 3-0 to the Arsenal against Man City. That doesn't happen. We don't beat City 3-0. Well, we haven't won yet, so let's see what happens. But we don't go up 3-0 against Man City. I don't think I've seen that since the Pep era. I haven't seen us go up 3-0 against City. No time in Guardiola era. None. They have all their players too. I thought he made a mistake taking off Doku versus Semenyo. Semenyo's had a horrible first half. We are 50 minutes in. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Calafiori, Havertz, and Odegaard. Odegaard has been brilliant, by the way. Gotta give him his credit. And that means Eze will probably have difficult getting game time. City did a brilliant job of playing out. O'Reilly to Grealish. Grealish back to Guardiola. Guardiola to Anderson. It's time to make a change and put Dauman in for Madueke. Here comes Foden. Foden has a very good game for City. To Semenyo. Semenyo crosses, played out. Odegaard wins it back, goes to Raya, who goes long, trying to find Madueke. Here comes City again. Kovacic plays it wide. Kosanov to Semenyo, goes inside. City, again, dominating possession, but not being effective. Here comes Grealish. Plays it out to Kovacic, out to Kosanov, goes back to Diaz. Ball inside, Arsenal wins it, and they have a chance to break. Brilliant ball by Odegaard to Havertz. Havertz is foul. That's a professional foul. Yellow card. Yep, good yellow card. A professional foul by Guardiola. That's one of those fouls you take for the team. If you just join us, we are in the 52nd minute of play. City's making two changes. Mark Gay coming. Haaland is out. I guess they don't want to overplay players. So Mark Gay is in. Holland is out. So O'Reilly and Gay are out. So why are we making more changes? City in possession. Coming forward, Mark Gay is in. I think Maresca looking for answers. Arsenal players down. Semenyo inside. City looking to shoot. It's Grealish. He's been bottled up by 4 players. Ball won by Odegaard, who's had a brilliant game. Almost turns it over. Fouled. Free kick to the Arsenal. So in terms of the teams on the field, I think I have this right. Let's see. Arsenal's been one change. They've taken out Guimaraes for Rice, and City has made a number of changes. I see in the field for City. Did I have one player too much? Looks like it. Oh, it's 11. If you just join us, we are in the 56 minutes of play. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Lewis Kelly with a brilliant turn. Played to Calafiori, who goes back to Lewis Kelly, who goes to Odegaard's been all over the field. Odegaard's been the man of the match so far. He looks well rejuvenated. Had a difficult season last season with injuries, but looks at his best this season. Look that way in the World Cup too. Odegaard to Havertz, back to Havertz inside. Turns nicely. Got bowled over. Referee says no foul. Havertz need to play that ball back to Odegaard. Not sure why he's trying to. And he trips his man and probably gets a yellow card. No yellow card? A little bit surprised. Well, my motion didn't come on. I think I did that too early. Nico Riley's going to come on, though. Let me wait until they make all the changes and I put this team back up. Arsenal coming forward, play out of bounds. I'm not sure why Arteta has made more changes, actually. Doesn't make any sense to me. I know he wants to win, but come on, you got a very good bench. And trying to prove that Madueke should be on the field is not working. That's the only reason why he's out there. Here comes City again. Mark Gay goes wide to Grealish. Grealish go back to Kovacic, who's had a decent game. To Kosanov. Goes inside to Foden, to Anderson, to Semenyo. Guardiola is now way up the field. I guess they're trying to find him in that little pocket. Mosh is on the field, so I guess they're trying to. I see that Cherky will come on soon. City dominating possession again, as they've been doing for most of this game. Grealish against two men. Plays it back to Mark Gay, back to Grealish, looking to go in the box. He does. Good head, good cross by Grealish, out of bounds. Goal kick to the Arsenal. Guardiola is refuting that decision. Even though I think he headed the ball out, so I'm not sure why he's complaining. Rico Lewis coming on. Who is he coming on for? Coming on for Foden. So I guess the coach has given up. So Foden out, Rico Lewis in. And Saka is in for, and then Cappier in. Got to make those changes. Finally got Saka on the field. I guess he's trying to protect him. It's important. And we know Calafiori is injury prone. So it's a good thing he's out. Here comes Man City again, and this is Cherky. Plays out of bounds. Arsenal ball. If you just join us, we are observing the Community Shield between Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Trying to get a feel for the City team. I can't make out all the players. So we have Kovacic. Good ball into. Here comes Semenyo. Comes inside. Good play by Nkappi to win the ball back off him. Odegaard with a nice touch to Havertz, out to Solis. Goes all the way back to Gabriel. Goes all the way back to Raya. Goes across goal dangerously to me. To Mascara. Then go back to Raya. That's the right play. He does. Raya doesn't want to go long, but City does a good job of covering off all the gaps and all the spaces. Raya to Rice inside to Odegaard, who dropped his shoulder brilliantly and plays a beautiful ball out, and they're trying to find Saka wide. Not the best pass there. Saka has the ball in the box as his man, and then try to score from a close angle. How selfish can we be? Don't come back with that nonsense, Saka. You did that last season, part of the season. You had a man inside to pass the ball, so you're trying to score from a close angle. Odegaard has been having a brilliant game. He just left Rico Lewis for dead. And that was Rice that pass. Not the best pass. But Saka then had the ball. He won the ball. He had Havertz there to feed him, and he's just trying to score from a close angle. That's ridiculous. And he was called up for that last year, and he's doing it again this year. It was first touch in we'll call it preseason. Here comes City again. Mamouche trying to go inside. Not a good pass by Mamouche. Havertz has his man one-on-one. He has the ball. He has no help, though. And turns it over. Solis has had a good game, actually. Working hard defensively and playing well offensively. I'm surprised Max Dalman has got a run out. I think we'd take Odegaard out by now, given how well he's played, and rest him for next Friday's game against Coventry to start the season. Here comes Grealish against Ben White. Grealish trying to 1-2. I guess when the game is over, we'll see how City's stats are so much better into the possession than Arsenal, but Arsenal being a better team. Here comes Solis. Almost turns it over, and he does turn it over. But then again, City does turn it over again. Ball out of bounds, throw into Arsenal. 64 minutes in, Arsenal leading by 3-0. Let's hope this is a good prelude for the season. Mascara with the ball out to Gabriel, to Raya. Raya going long, trying to find Solis. Under pressure from Rico Lewis, out of bounds, throwing to the Arsenal. We're in the 65th minute of play. Arsenal leading Man City by 3-0. We're taking some risk. I'm not sure it's worth taking all that risk. And then trying to find Havertz. Any bad touch in that area, you're going to give away a goal. But I guess they've been taught to play that way. Here comes Man City. Ball played out to Cherky. Cherky goes wide to Semenyo. Turns the ball over to Rice. Rice coming forward to Odegaard. Now back to Lewis Kelly. She's his man nicely. He got fouled. Free kick to the Arsenal. Arsenal fans are really happy. Odegaard has been running the show today. Here comes Arsenal again. Ball, bad pass by Solis. He won it back. He goes back to Nkape, who goes inside to Odegaard, who's been by far the man of the match today, just orchestrating everything. Rice to Havertz to Gabriel to Mascara. And Mascara make a really horrible pass. That was never there. City doesn't take advantage. Saka now has it, trying to shield it. He's been fouled. Free kick to the Arsenal. We are in the 6th, 7th minute of play, and the game is fizzling out a little bit. Arsenal leading City by 3-0. Goal scored by Calafiori, Havertz, and Odegaard. We're trying to play out, but it's not there. When you can't play out, people just dump the ball in an area where you can go get it and start over. Don't force it. Just get yourself in trouble. Man City coming forward again. It's Grealish. Goes back to Mark Gay. Gay looking for a pass, can't find one. Arsenal is very deep. We do get lulled into these situations sometimes, Defense is in the 18-yard line, which is not good. Kosanov to Kovacic, who's played the entire game. To Cherky, out to Semenyo. Good playing by City. Semenyo back to Cherky, plays it behind him. Odegaard has it. And he comes to Solis. Solis coming forward. He has Nkappi behind him. He's fouled. Should be a free kick to the Arsenal. So these should be the players on the field. These are the players on the field at the moment. And they're all still very good players, if you think about it. Look at the City team and the Arsenal team. Now, Arsenal we've changed Madueke, we've changed Guimaraes, we've changed Calafiori. We need to make more changes. Where's Dauman? At a minimum, should get some minutes. And I would expect also Zuamende to get some run out, Marino to get some run out. They'll be surprised that hasn't happened yet. Here's Saka coming forward. Plays a good ball in. Ball back to Saka. Goes to Odegaard looking to shoot. And he cuts it back to right. Oh, what a miss by Nkappi. He has to score that. Arsenal has it. Lewis. Nkappi totally shot. Is that Nkappi or Solis? That should have been put in the net. Odegaard with a ridiculous pass, but it was offside. No, it wasn't offside, actually. It was past to Ben White, but Nkappi missed that one. We're in the 70th minute of play. Arsenal leading City by 3 goals to 0 in the Community Shield. If they win this game, it'll be the first trophy of the season. Here comes Kovacic, dribbling through the middle. Ball played to Moosh, plays to the Cherky. Don't let Cherky dribble through us like he did in the Carabao Cup. Make sure we always have somebody in front of him. Kosanov goes out to Semenyo, who hasn't done much in this game at all, and he's played the entire game. I can remember him threatening the goal once. Comes Cherky, surveying the field. Arsenal dropping back. Ball played out to Mark Gay. The Kovacic hit it out. Lewis Kelly try to play it out. Solis wins it and plays it back to Gabriel. Good play by Solis. He makes very good decisions, which is something which is important. Great play by Havertz to Solis, and he has Saka wide, and he finds Saka. Saka coming in. That was close. He was under pressure with that pass. If that pass just had a less sauce on it, Saka would have been in them goal. And City would have been wide open again. Ben White against Grealish. Grealish turning him, looking to cross. Cross is not there. He's going to play it out to bad pass by Grealish. Goes to Mascara. Lewis Kelly to Mascara. Back to Lewis Kelly. Inside to Odegaard. Odegaard is having a field day. Ben White. I have no idea who Ben White playing that ball to. Odegaard has been brilliant. Easily man of the match. Totally just destroyed City today. "72nd minutes in, Arsenal leading by 3 goals to 0. Here comes Man City. It's Cherky in the box. There's a little dance. Played out of Grealish. Back to Mamouche. Going to shoot. Really good shot. Great save by Raya. You can't allow Mamouche to shoot, and that's what he does really well. He may not be able to create his own shot, but he really shoots well. He's very accurate. Had a horrible World Cup. Plays better for Man City than he plays for Egypt. Raya's made some really good save today. That's why he's a world-class goalkeeper. Also, they're making two changes. Gokares and Zubamendi look like coming on. I would assume it's for Miles Lewis Kelly and for Havertz, but we'll see. I would take Odegaard off. And I would have put Eze on. I'm not sure why he didn't take Odegaard and put Eze on. That doesn't make any sense to me. Lewis Kelly. I can't remember Lewis Kelly making a bad pass today. You know? Lewis Kelly back to Rice. Rice to Lewis Kelly. Odegaard wants it. Odegaard has options. He can go and he plays it wide to Mascara. Mascara to White to Odegaard. Odegaard to Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly turns his man and got dispossessed. And referee calls a foul. I'm not sure who he calls a foul against. I think Lewis Kelly will be out of the game. So there are two changes. Havertz, and I would assume it's Lewis Kelly. Solis has had a very good game. Not the best at going one-on-one, but he makes very good decisions. Havertz is out. Who else is out? Havertz, Gokares, and Zubamendi are in, and Havertz is out. And he's still keeping Odegaard in. Don't ask me why. We have a game on Friday, Arteta. Don't show your poor man management as usual. Here comes Semenyo. Plays across to Mark Gay. City's out of ideas. When they get close to Arsenal goals, they run out of ideas. I'm surprised he didn't put Eze in. Odegaard has played brilliantly. You don't need him in the game anymore. You're up 3-0, Arteta. Oh, you didn't realize that. So these are the teams on the field. I would think he should take Odegaard out. We're at the 76th minute and give Eze a 15-minute run. But Arteta doesn't see it that way. Last game, Eze played 30 minutes. But if Odegaard keep playing this way, Eze won't get much minutes this year, that's for sure. Man City coming forward. Gay trying to beat his man under pressure. Does a really good job of getting out of trouble. Cherokee plays out Semenyo. Semenyo tried to find Rico Lewis, and brilliant tackle by well, that was not Rico Lewis, that was Guardiola. Really good tackle by Gabriel. Let's see what happened. Cherokee with a good pass to Semenyo. Semenyo plays it wide to Guardiola and to Rico Lewis, sorry, and Gabriel with a tackle. He thought it went off Rico Lewis, not so sure. And Guardiola is down. He was injured most of last year, so not good news for City. He should have been taken out of the game already anyway. So if you just join us, we are watching Community Shield, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Goals scored by Calafiori, Havertz, and Odegaard, who doesn't score a lot of goals. I think Odegaard had 1 goal last year, if I'm not mistaken. So he started off the preseason really well with a brilliant goal and a good assist. Man City just kicked the ball out of bounds with no pressure. Throw into the Arsenal. That was Kovacic, who's played the entire game. And you wonder when Rodri comes back, and he's out, and Gonzalez is in. So Nico Gonzalez is in. That was Kovacic last kick of the game. Maybe he was trying to get out. That's why he kicked it out of bounds. Arsenal in possession. Saka to the maestro Odegaard, plays it inside to Rice, who plays outside to Nkape. Nkape looking to cross. He does cross brilliantly. Over the bar by Saka. He has to score. That's a sitter. Brilliant cross by Nkape. And Saka just had a tap in, and he blasted over the bar. That ball is coming at the right pace. All he has to do is just lay over it a little bit, and that'd be a goal. That's a tap in. So Saka has gotten 2 very good chances. That's an easy goal, actually. Arsenal now pressuring City late in the game. City not dealing with the pressure too well. Zubimendi goes back to Gabriel. I think we should sell Zubimendi to Chelsea. Take the money and go buy Osimhen. And no Marino today. So no Eze, no Marino. Here comes City. They have time, they have space, they have room. Odegaard trying to track the pressure by Arsenal, though. To force Cherky with a brilliant pass. Semenyo, brilliant shot. Brilliant stop again by Raya. Raya has been brilliant. This 3-love is not reflective of the true score of the game. Raya has made some ridiculous saves. Semenyo with a good shot between Gabriel's leg, and Raya was down to push it away. So City has created chances, big chances too. I would consider that a big chance. 81st minute, Arsenal 3, City 1. Sure, Arsenal doesn't want to give up a goal in this game. But Cherky is coming and made a difference. He's very good between the lines, just finding those little gaps in space between your legs or just pass the ball just out of your reach. Intended through pass to Guardiola, out of bounds. Goal kick to the Arsenal. We are in the 82nd minute of play. Arsenal leading Man City by 3-0. It's the Community Shield. It's the first trophy of the season, at least in the England setup. Game that PSG just played Aston Villa. This is Rice out to Solis. Ball out of bounds, throw into the Arsenal. No Eze, no Marino. The only players didn't play today, Eze, Marino. That's, yep. The only 2 players, outfield players who didn't play. And Dauman. Dauman got no game time either. Here comes Zubimendi. Solis. Solis has been good. Rice out to Odegaard. Out to Saka. Saka across field to Nkape. Nkape goes to Rice. Rice to Gabriel. Gabriel back to Zubimendi. Arsenal just starts keeping possession, keeping the ball ticking over, and give it to Odegaard, who then caresses it and plays it. Zubimendi goes to Gabriel, goes back to Odegaard. Odegaard coming really deep to start the play, actually, which has helped Arsenal really well. Nkape to Rice, and just have City chasing the ball now. They can't get close, and then miscontrolled by Odegaard. And then he commits a foul. I'm going to get a yellow card for his trouble, I would think. Yep. Foul on Grealish. 83rd minute, Arsenal 3, City 0. Not a good tackle by Odegaard at all. Wasn't necessary. And Odegaard has got his last tackle, last play of the game. Let's see who comes on. Is it Marino or is it Eze? It is Eze. He's only going to get 6 minutes. I think that's bad game management by the manager. 6 minutes to a big player. That's nonsense. And you have all day to put him on the field. City didn't look like winning this game. So Eze is on, I think. Odegaard has solidified his place for a little while. He's going to be in that role. Is he going to hold a lot of bench this year if Odegaard keeps playing this way? We're at 85th minute of play. We're in the 85th minute. Arsenal leading City by 3-0. Both teams have gotten quite a bit of chances. Arsenal has had about 2 or 3, which are Citizen. City has had a few too also. Here comes Semenyo. One-on-one against Nkapé. Nkapé getting help from Solis. Solis has done a really good job, both defensively and offensively. Gabriel out to Mende, to Goy. 85th minute, Arsenal leading by 3-0. This is Grealish against Saka and Ben White. If Arsenal plays like this against Coventry next week, and if Odegaard is in the form that he's in, Coventry is in for a long day. Long day. Long day. Arsenal and Nkapé to Rice. Rice inside to Nkapé, back to Zubimendi, and out of bounds from Nkapé, throw into City. City coming forward. Rico Lewis back to all the way across field to Mark Gay by Kosanov. And Nico Gonzalez to Grealish. Arsenal just playing the spaces and not allowing anything from behind, anything to go in behind. But here comes Turkey. Beats 1, beats 2. Is fouled. Trying to take a quick free kick, but Arsenal is in place. See, some fans are leaving, but it looks like they're City fans versus Arsenal fans. City section doesn't look too hot. They've had all this success, so. Turkey with the free kick. We have just over 4 minutes remaining in the game. I should say just over 3 minutes. Arsenal leading Man City by 3-0. And Turkey going to take a right foot. I thought he was a left footer. Or is he saying he's 2-footed? Very poor free kick by Turkey there. Awful free kick, frankly. No height. And Maresca's going to be under pressure, people. You lose 3-0. And your first-year coach, I know, it's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure early. Taking it from Guardiola. Look what happened to Arne Slot. He won 1 year, finishing Champions League place, and got fired. They didn't like the football. They didn't like the result. They spent a lot of money by Liverpool. If you're Man City, you're not going to like this result. It's early. It's still sort of preseason, but still, it's for a trophy. Man City looking to go long. Then they go short to Donnarumma. Play it out to Kosanov. Semenyo turns it over. This is Rice. And Rice turns it over. And City has numbers. It's 5 against 5. Arsenal have recovered defensively. Grealish has White one-on-one. Rice need to force him down the line and allow him to almost go inside. And Grealish turns it over. Goal kick to the Arsenal. We are in the 88th minute of play. Arsenal versus Manchester City in the FA Community Shield. And Arsenal leading by 3-0. And if you're an Arsenal fan, it's only good times. The only bad takeaway for Arsenal today is the play of Madueke. It's concerning. Really concerning. We know we have Saka. I know we have Dorman. Dorman didn't get around today. But gotta do better. Gotta do better if you're Madueke. Here comes City. They have numbers. But then turns back. Mamouche just a horrible, horrible decision going inside. And Arsenal doesn't want to give up a goal. You see Gabriel getting all excited, talking to his co-defendant. I think Mascara's had a really good game today. Semenyo against Nkape. 1-2 with Rico Lewis. We're in the 89th minute. Well, the 90th minute of play. And Solis has had a very good game. He's played the entire game. He's probably the only person in the forward line who's played the entire game. So we started with Madueke and Havertz. We had Gimmers in the midfield. So he's the only player in the top. And the other defense, there's one defensive change, but here comes Arsenal. It's good. And Gokares turns it over. He's just not a good footballer. He's a great goal scorer. He's not a good footballer. He's just not. Here comes Semenyo, looking to shoot. He wants to shoot, and he's trying to create space to shoot. He comes back inside again. And it's Mamouche goes wide to Cherky. Good cross by Cherky. Ball played by Ben White to Raya very calmly. Gokares is not a good. No wonder Havertz is starting. Gokares is not a good footballer. He's a very good goal scorer, great penalty taker. His ability to make decisions when he gets out in open space to make a decision, he's like Madueke. Just very poor decision maker. But he's a good goal scorer, so you got to feed him the right way for him to do well. You can't give him ball in certain places. You have to know who you're giving the ball to. And he's one of those players. We have 3 minutes of extra time. So we're at full time. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Arsenal must be extremely pleased. I'm sure Arteta is going to be very pleased. It's not Guardiola is beating, but he's beating Man City. What's been Arsenal's nemesis for years since they got the resources to play well. Mamouche gets up gingerly. We need to beat them 3-0. We don't need to give them any goal. That's how they beat us. They beat us in the Carabao Cup really badly. So we need to spank them and send them home. Free kick to Grealish from Man City. We're 92nd minute. Arsenal up by 3-0. Good free kick by Grealish, headed out by Gabriel. And here comes Declan against Semenyo. I'm sorry, Solis against Semenyo. Sorry. Donnarumma with a long ball upfield. You can blow it off, ref. Ball taken down by Gabriel. He's trying to go long over the top to find Gokares. Not a good pass by Gabriel. He has to be able to find him there. He was wide open. Man City coming forward. Rico Lewis plays it out. I couldn't even recognize Rico Lewis with his blonde hair. Semenyo against Nkape, 1-on-1. We're in the 93rd minute. It's only 3 minutes of extra time. Semenyo trying to go against 2 men. And Nkape did a really good job of blocking his path and winning the free kick. Really good defending by Nkapé. And there it is. It's all over. It's full time. Arsenal beating City by 3-0 in the FA Community Shield. The first trophy of the year. A very happy Arsenal team. They're not overly excited like when they won the league. And the league was 22 years. We have won the Community Shield before. But good outcome for the Arsenal. It would be a very interesting season. Arsenal, I still think, need a centre forward. I think Solis would do a good job on the left wing. I think he was very, very good. If you look at the Arsenal team and look at the game, City was not their best. They didn't play that. They had good possession, but overall they weren't great in terms of their finishing or the ability to put Arsenal under pressure. Arsenal, on the other hand, scored some very good goals, well-taken goals, played really well, played within themselves, didn't dominate possession at all, but dominated the score sheet, which is the most important thing. And what must be pleasing for Arsenal fans, I should say, is how well their captain, Martin Odegaard, played. He was brilliant. Easily the man of the match. And also how well Lewis Kelly played, who set up the first goal. I mean, the team overall played well, but I think Odegaard, Solis, Lewis Kelly, the entire defensive line, and especially Raya, were very, 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 very good. And Arsenal fans are excited. They're in the stands. They're having their little jiggy. They drove all the way from London all the way up to Wales. Is that Cardiff? To watch the game. So they should be extremely happy and make the drive back home very pleasurable. And Arsenal fans will be pleased with Odegaard today. The captain's performance, dominated. He was always on the ball. I love to see stats because made very few turnovers or bad passes. Dominated the game. City tried, but Arsenal was a different class today in terms of the outcome. I think there are moments where City had a chance to score, but this is not the same City that we're used to. And Maresca would be under some pressure because I'm sure the organization of Man City are not used to being beaten 3-0, especially by a rival, especially by a nemesis, especially by a team that won the league last year. And they're trying to, because they haven't won the league in the last 2 years. Liverpool won the year before, Arsenal won last year, and City expect to win every year. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Let me know if you like the new setup, people. If you like the scores and the time and the whatever is on the screen. I'm trying to improve the optics and the substance of the channel. And so I'm judging my performance and trying to grade myself and try to improve. But I love your feedback. I'd appreciate it. And if you also like the commentary, or you think I could do things a little bit different, I'm willing to accept constructive suggestions. I won't call them criticism, they're suggestions. But hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel, share the channel, and I'll see you. I'll be back here next week, Friday, if not before then. I may do some preseason show to talk about the Premier League and expectations and rankings and all that. But definitely here next Friday afternoon for Coventry versus Arsenal, first game of the season. And if you're an Arsenal fan who got roasted this preseason by a few teams, including Real Betis, you should be pleased with how well Arsenal look against Man City today. Man City team which have a decent preseason. So thanks for being here. Hit the like button before you leave. And I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon. Peace out.